Wherever we find dog worship, we find human sacrifice. Today I'll share a video about a drug sniffing dog with you to show you the example that I mean. So let's have a look.
One of the most powerful weapons local schools have to catch children doing drugs.
Drug dogs can sniff lockers and cars, even backpacks and purses without a reason. It's all free game as long as students are not wearing them. A mother, though.
Wow, that's a weapon. They can sniff whatever they want. But notice what they said, catch. They're going to catch kids doing drugs, not prevent them from doing drugs, not be their friends and give them advice so they don't get addicted to drugs. Nope, it's all about catching them.
Is now questioning the effectiveness of those dogs after her daughter was singled out. KXAN's Aaron Cargile has been digging into the story for months, trying to figure out just how useful the canines are.
Okay. Just going to fast forward through this story. So watch this by yourself. It's only like 4 minutes. So the story starts out. They're going to introduce the dog and tell you all about how the dog is more accurate than technology. They're going to give you all of these accolades for the dog. Okay? I mean, the dog screwed up, but they use the report of the dog screwing up to further push dog culture. Like, oh, we just have to teach the dog more, train the dog more, get the kids to leave their backpacks laying around more. They don't even admit the fact, really, that the dog screwed up. Instead, they use the screw up for free dog advertising. So one of the things in this story, the young lady cooked brownies for her boyfriend, and they have a picture of the kitchen. So this is a perfect opportunity to say, hey, look, this young lady has a mom that provides a clean kitchen, a safe house where she can cook. Look at this. They got some fresh vegetables up here. Look at that. They got a nice clean kitchen to work in. They got a working oven. So these humans are doing a good job taking care of each other. The mom probably helps her learn how to make brownies. Somebody's paying the bills. Somebody's keeping the lights on. Somebody's keeping this kitchen clean. And that's a good reason to not do drugs. If you're looking forward to coming home and cooking some brownies, you got a boyfriend that at least treats you good enough that you're motivated to make brownies for your boyfriend, that's pretty good. And that's probably going to help you not want to just do drugs or get addicted to alcohol and other stuff. So if they really wanted to prevent kids from doing drugs, they should give accolades to the mom and the other family and friends that helped this young lady make brownies. Like, how awesome is it to be able to cook a meal, put ingredients together, have some milk and butter, and make delicious brownies? That has so many benefits to your fellow humans as well. But instead of giving these people accolades for that, they publicly embarrass that young lady for the sake of the dog. And in the story, they say that she was belittled on Facebook and in the conversations at school. Why? She made brownies. Her mother provided her a safe home to make brownies. They should have been helping this young lady out. They should have been giving her a referral, like, hey, maybe you can come work in my restaurant. Maybe you can come cook brownies down at the homeless shelter and get credit for college for that. Nope. You're going around making her feel bad because some dumb dog screwed up. The young lady tells her story that some people said,
wow, Anna's a stoner. I didn't know that about her. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm a good person.
So the payment that society in general gave this young lady for, look at this, cooking brownies. Oh no, how terrible. The payment is public embarrassment for the sake of that dog. So this is the human sacrifice that I'm talking about. It's not like chopping heads off and throwing them for carnivores to eat. It's like a death by 1,000 cuts. The type of sacrifice that happens on a daily level so that we can elevate dogs for no reason. It's ridiculous. And the sacrifice is that people like this don't get to have their accolades. They don't get to have their credit. Like, hey, your mom helped you. Your mom probably bought that stove and bought that. The mom, the daughter, everybody should be given accolades for this. But instead, nope. Let's hear from the boyfriend and girlfriend.
Months, the results were in. Turns out the brownies were drug free.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, tell me something I don't know. I'd much rather.
Oh, it turns out the original brownies were drug free. I wonder, did they get paid back for their brownie ingredients? Did they? Obviously, they would have had to seize the brownies if they thought there was drugs in them, and then months later they get a report. So it took them that long to get a report back about the brownies, yet they can, boom, instantly ruin a young lady's reputation. They should, if they were going to test the brownies like that, they should have just waited and then they should have gave an apology.
See a social worker in school than a dog walking the halls.
We
Yeah, I mean, like at least a social worker would have put the word out. Hey, that girl makes really good brownies. Talk to her if you want a recipe, or invite her to the potluck or something. All of that amazing human interaction that could have came from cooking and family togetherness and sharing a recipe with your boyfriend and girlfriend, all of that beautiful human interaction was just thrown in the garbage for the sake of this. Look at this thing. This thing, I mean, excuse me, but this thing's a dipshit.
wanted to know just how useful are they? According to AISD,
I mean, the thing is just spazzing around all over the place. Of course, it's going to go sniff a brownie. If the dog sniffed somebody's brownies, they should have tested the brownies before even saying anything. But instead, like I've mentioned before, anytime a dog screws up, they kind of sort of make that part of the story, but then they put all these other statistics in there where when you walk away from the story, you think like, oh, we just need to train the dogs more and spend more money on the officers training and all this stuff. No, instead, get rid of the dog and promote human interaction. That is what the sacrifice is in all of these cases. Instead of promoting human interaction, giving people credit for their struggles and their wins in life, they just ignore that and use it as a big platform to be like, look at the dog, look at him, look at him.
last school year, the canines made 211.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. We know the statistics don't add up. These dogs cost thousands and thousands of dollars, all these man hours. The initial cost of them is like $10,000. So what if we could put that money into something else? What if we could offer that young lady compensation to do like an after school baking class, or people could come over to her house and she could teach them how to make brownies, and then they could go make brownies for their friends and family. Think of all the awesome human interaction that could happen from approaching this in a different situation. Kids would be less likely to do drugs because they would have better family connections. Communities like police officers and stuff would not need to spend thousands of dollars on these useless dogs. And instead of punishing kids for doing drugs, we could create better environments for kids, adults, schools, and police officers. So there it is. That's my example about the human sacrifice that dog culture constantly pushes. It's like death by a thousand cuts. It's constantly taking away the credit and accolades of humans that do awesome stuff. And we should give those people credit and accolades, not these dumb dogs that get people in trouble for no damn reason.